Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout teams you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kremer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kremer Insurance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? Carlos Kremer, the Los, bringing the heat on another great show, Kick-Ass Radio, sponsored by Storm Kimonos. We got a full Storm Kimono report for you later on in the show with Storm Strength and Conditioning Coach Adam Rendon. We've got Cory Cass, my superstar guest of the day. How are you, brother? Cory, you have done so much in the grappling community. WEC champion, 2006, 155-pounder. Numerous belts and titles you've had in grappling. It's an honor to have you on the show today. Cory's doing some great things with Grappling X and some other tournaments. We're talking about Professor Elias has a student as well. You're doing some great things. So first of all, Cory, I want to welcome you to the show, my brother.
Thank you.
It's been far too long, and I'm glad we finally hooked up.
Yes, yeah, it's been a little bit. But we're here now doing it. That's all that matters.
We're here now. We're live on Facebook as well. I wanted to ask you, Cory, when did you get started? You've been grappling for a long time, from a little kid? Or
yeah, I actually started when I was 5 years old. But I really say 6 because that was when we really, we were out in the country. There was nothing else going on. So, it's a winter sport. So out in Utah, we were sliding off the road, going to all the tournaments. And, my mom made the commitment from a young age. I had over 500 matches before I went into high school.
I saw that on your bio. That's incredible. And how were those first 100 or so? Was that a huge learning curve, or did you kind of jump on it a natural right away?
No. I actually think it's kind of good for a kid not to just go out and dominate from the beginning, because then it makes it not fun. I can remember going to tournaments and being like, they had the really cool medal and you had to place in the top 3, and I came in 4th, and I was so mad, at like 6, 7 years old, wanting that good medal. So yeah, it was hard,
Keeps you hungry though, right?
Yeah. It was, I never lived up to the full potential because of injuries. I had so many
talk to us about that. I mean, going to the pinnacle of, WEC, being a champion at that time. What happened after that? Were there some injuries that occurred, or were you fighting things all along the way?
There's so much. We could go into 2 hours of just why I quit fighting. But the truth is that I couldn't, I had 3 no fights. I call them my no fights. I had back-to-back WC fights where either someone pulled out. The first one, the California State Athletic Commission was brand new in 2006. And it was probably like their 3rd legitimate show in California. And so the doctor didn't even do the right blood test for my opponent. So as I'm warming up, everybody's like, hey, what's going on? Why are you warming up? I was like, well, I'm like the co-main event. They're like, you're not fighting. The commission scratched your fight.
Wow.
And so, they came up and then, they didn't do the right blood work. So they scratched the fight, tried to get paid. Didn't happen.
No go there either.
No pay.
And that's one thing that people don't realize about fighters, right?
I got paid more for my very last fight in WEC, which wasn't very much, than all my 18, 19 fights before that.
Wow.
A lot of times I'd go fight in Mexico that don't even show up on there. I'd show up down there and tell the promoter that I'll fight for free if you let me set up my clothing booth and vend. Because I could make more vending shirts and selling shirts than I could couple $100. I fought in Monterrey, Mexico for $300, and they paid me in pesos.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
They paid me in pesos.
I love it. And by the way, from going to your shows as well, you do have a great product line.
Yeah.
How can people get some Grappling X
shirts,
a Grapple Bowl?
I actually pulled back on the gear and clothing when in 2013 my trailer was stolen. So I lost all of my equipment. we at that time
Had a ton of equipment, I'm sure.
yeah,
right?
75 grand was gone.
Wow.
And so I lost all the mats. I actually had to pay the $25,000 in stolen mats off. And right at that time, we were getting ready to launch a full gear clothing line. We got the samples 2 days later. The stuff got stolen. After that, with the startup of all these new tournament stuff, I actually pulled back on the gear stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually just really focused on hosting a good event rather than worrying about being innovative. So the past couple of years has been really a rebuilding phase.
Did insurance happen to cover anything? No.
This is pretty much what they said. Is,
I have to ask as an insurance guy myself. I
no,
have to
3
know this.
forms of insurance. And they're like, cool. Hey, did you read your policy? Basically, they didn't cover anything. So no, did not get 1 cent covered.
How brutal. How brutal. But
It was, I don't know.
everything
It
has a
was-
blessing, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. It makes it so that once we get back up to where we're going, it's going to make it that much better. And it's kind of cliche or something to say, but it's been such a hard road.
Yeah.
It really, it was very hard. It was unbelievably hard.
And, someone like you who's been so consistent in staying within the community, doing all of these great things for the community. And you know what? A lot of it is your work with our kids. Your work with the little guys and gals who are just amazing.
My opinion is, I see a lot of people do events and they do charity and stuff, but to me it's not pure. They're doing it for marketing. And so it's kind of hard, I don't get out there and say a lot what we're doing. It flies under the radar a lot, but because I want it to be pure. I want it to be about the community and be about the kids and stuff. That's probably why my amateur shows, we did 10 or 11 total camo shows.
And that was what, 2009? 2010?
9, 10, 11. In 2009 was my busiest year. I did 29 tournaments.
Wow.
9 amateur camo events and 15 rentals where we ran around and set up other people's tournaments. So I think from the time they started camo till I think 2010 or 11, we did 11 shows in there. And because I wouldn't force nobody to sell tickets, like other shows will do.
Right.
It kind of held it back, It made it hard to break even. But I don't know. I just don't like exploiting people for profit,
Now, I agree with you 100%, Cory. Your integrity, your values.
That's the reason why I
what makes it
started
go.
hosting events.
Yeah.
Was because we'd go to these shows, and the promoter's just a license to lie. They would lie to you, tell you anything you wanted to hear, and I got tired of it. I was like, what? We got to have a place for us to compete in. That's fair, safe. It might not be the biggest, but at least it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's great, and that's the advantage you have of being a competitor
Yeah,
as
it
well
was
as
rough.
running the show. Because you're saying that I will never treat someone like I was treated.
I kind of make jokes about it. Like, the movie Fight Club is that you need to pay attention to the rules meeting. Because, like, if you look at the rules of Fight Club,
Right.
what's the final rule?
Right.
If this is your first night, you have to fight. And I actually went to that. To the MMA events just as a spectator, and they're like, no, you're fighting. So my first 10 fights were pretty much like you got thrown in there because you were there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty rough.
Yeah. You talk about incredible experience, though, right away
It
on
was
the job training.
pretty interesting, going the places like people now don't even know when the show, like when California, that 2000 to 2005 period before it was legal in California, we'd go to shows every single weekend. I probably seen 5,000 6,000 live fights in a 5-year period. We were going every weekend to fights and fighting. That's how we could crank out 10, 15, 20 fights in under a year, 2 years,
That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of them don't even show up. Like, people don't even understand and don't respect, like,
The work that goes in, right?
because people now are a little
struggle.
bit, just tiny bit spoiled with it,
Yeah.
We didn't have no amateurs, there was no amateurs. I wouldn't even
This is
consider
just
it
a short
pro.
time ago,
I
too,
actually
which
don't
is crazy.
consider I even fought a pro fight because even though I won a WC title, it wasn't licensed. It was not a sanctioned event.
So, Cory, let's get back to what you have going on now. What's
Yeah,
our next? I know
okay.
you like to, you're under the radar, that kind of, but that's why you have me
July
around
8th.
with you.
July 8th.
Yes.
We're doing a super fights for kids.
Okay.
What it is gi and no gi super fights. We're going to do about 20 pre-matched competition.
How old are the kids ranging from? What ages?
I think the youngest is 6 to 17, 18, right in there.
Okay.
What it is they're all pre-matched up. All the matches are actually all done. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a boxing ring. It's going to be kind of like a high school wrestling duel where, we come out, you announce the kids, they come out, shake hands, then we start the bouts. And, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, I can't compete at the level at some of the pro grappling events are because we're self-funded.
Right.
And so it's just more about the kids having fun and stuff. It's not about the money. It's just about having fun and the kids getting out there and get some experience and something a little bit different than a regular tournament.
Definitely,
spotlight
brother.
them a little bit more.
And that just makes such a huge impact on the kids, right? To see
it's for fun. They're pretty excited about it.
That's great. And where is this? Where's it going to be?
We're actually doing it just north of Temecula.
Okay.
We use an indoor rock climbing facility. We use a basketball court up there.
I went there before.
It's called Rock Fitness. It's an indoor.
Okay.
Indoor. It's cool. Even if you don't have a competitor competing in the event, it's important for you to come and support it. It's only $15 and $20 for the ticket. Super
for a whole
cheap.
day of
excitement, get to see the kids.
Yeah.
And even if you're not competing in it, it's important to support it so we can continue to do it.
Yeah.
And then
I agree. I was there at that facility and it rocks. I was there supporting my buddy Vince, low fat.
Okay. Yeah.
He's big. He's like 350 pounds.
It was like low fat. I remember because I hear people's nicknames and I laugh.
Right.
He's a
heavyweights,
99 jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah. Eduardo Tellis student.
Yes. Yeah. The great Eduardo Tellis at 9'9".
Yeah.
But low fat took gold, I believe, in the one I was in. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're just starting. We're rocking with Cory Cass from Grappling X. You're listening to Kick-Ass Radio, sponsored by Storm Kimonos, Rock Rage Radio, and Kremer Insurance. We'll be back in just a few moments. Thanks for listening to WS Radio, your leader in Internet talk. Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kremer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kremer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KremerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozeguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kremer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kremer Insurance.
Are you absolutely kidding me? We're back. Carlos Kremer's Kick-Ass Radio, sponsored by Rock Rage Radio, Storm Kimonos, Kremer Insurance. I'm here with Cory Cass, Grappling X. You've MMA career, WEC champion.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about giving back, my brother, and that's so important that a lot of people, as this is going into evolution and it's becoming more and more popular, right?
Yeah.
They've got to watch out for, because remember, like what you're doing, it's really about the kids putting on a good show, and of course getting great competitors as adults, which you do.
Yeah,
And you've
the
had
truth
amazing
is that
guys.
this sport hasn't even started to grow yet. What people don't realize is, so you take USA Wrestling, high school wrestling, you probably got 500,000 card holders for USA Wrestling, and because it's in the schools and stuff, and it's, there's a place to go with the Olympics, once jiu-jitsu actually comes out of private clubs and goes into the club programs in schools and stuff, this sport's going to go so massive. So we're at such the beginning. We're not even in the, you want to call it the leather helmet. We haven't even started yet. It's going to get massive.
Right.
We're
like playing with the, the barrel for the basket still.
Yeah, it's so tiny right now. We've got on July 22nd up in Fresno, we have a kids championships where we're giving championship belts for all the kids. That's a really fun event for the kids and stuff.
Fresno's a hotbed for young wrestlers.
Fresno's
and jiu-jitsu
unbelievable.
guys.
Like
I've got a buddy out there. And
yeah,
he's
for wrestling, that's where all the best wrestling programs are, from Clovis West, Buchanan, Clovis, all that through Bakersfield to Fresno to up to Elk Grove. That area is so huge in wrestling, but they also have unbelievable jiu-jitsu up there too. They have Kleber schools up there. They have a Hoist Gracie school. They have there's so many schools up in that Central Valley. I actually lived there in that area in 2001 to 2. That's where I put the gi on first. Because up until that point, I'd never trained. That's why it took me 6 years to get my blue belt in jiu-jitsu, because we didn't put a gi on.
Right.
So I was all no gi.
It was all MMA.
I was all MMA and no gi. My coach, Carlson, Gracie black belt, Rodrigo Madero's black belt, Javier Vasquez, we only trained no gi. And then I moved to Fresno, and they're like, hey, we only train gi. So I was like, okay. I was never against it. I just didn't know any different.
How was that transition for you back
It was
there?
easy. If you can roll, like all
Especially
these people.
now with the grips and everything.
Dude, I had zero issues. I still roll with like the wrestling grips, so overhooks and underhooks, but really it was not a hard transition.
So we've got July 8th.
And then we have...
And July 22nd.
July 20th. And then...
July 8th, where is that going to be? At the Rock?
July 8th is at Rock Fitness.
Okay.
That's the super fights for the kids.
Got it.
July 22nd is up at Clovis West High School, and that's kids championships where we're giving championship belts for all the division winners.
Awesome.
And see, a lot of tournaments pull a trick. They say they're going to give belts and stuff, and then they go, oh, you only had 1, 2, 3. They limit it to, if you don't have enough in your division, they don't give you the prize.
Right.
So if you have 2 people in that
that's your
bracket,
fault.
yeah, if you have 2 people and you compete, you're gonna, if the winner gets the belt, however many end up in that bracket, as long as there's 2 competitors and we run that bracket, you are gonna win that title belt.
Right. That's awesome, because I know some promotions.
A lot of it do
take the picture with the belt.
And take it off.
Yeah, take it off.
Or they'll run out on purpose and then try to blame it, on the shipping and stuff. No, we're legit. It's gonna happen.
So Cory, coming here now, let's touch on Professor Elias.
Yeah,
he has something great going on that you're putting on for a
I
student
actually was sitting on Facebook about 2-3 weeks ago, and I was just kind of scanning through the thing, and I seen, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, hey, that looks like my buddy. Like it was a GoFundMe page, and I was like, man, I clicked on it, and it's one of Elias's students. He has pancreatic cancer. And so then I kind of flipped out a little bit, and I started reading about pancreatic cancer, and it's like one of the worst ones you can get.
Yeah.
93% of people die if you get pancreatic cancer.
It's like the most aggressive
It's
form,
bad.
really. Yeah.
It's really bad. So his name is Sean Lochner. I'm not very good with saying names, but he's a blue belt under Elias. And so we're gonna. Right then I was like, oh, I got to do a fundraiser for him.
Nice.
So I just had submitted dates for my next San Diego tournament. So on August 27th, we're gonna do a fundraiser just for him. My goal is to raise $5,000. Okay, and if I can get the staff to volunteer between my table workers and referees, if I can get the table workers and referees to volunteer, that will be the $5,000 right there.
Awesome.
Because my staff is 100% paid, so that's what. Just give one day. That's all I'm asking.
So if anyone
donate
else,
one day,
and if anyone else wants to donate their time for that,
absolutely, we would love
and
everybody to come. And then also we had put a thing out there for companies to so we could do like a silent auction and a raffle to try to generate a little bit more money. So I actually got 3 or 4 companies already that are donating items. It's pronounced Meglio Knives. It's spelled MEGLIO knives.com.
Okay.
He makes custom high-end knives.
Nice.
And he's donating a $500 knife. So it's freaking incredible.
Wow.
So he's donating that so that we can silent auction off that. Layout Optics. He's going to give glasses and all that stuff to donate.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, he stepped up. Yeah.
Yeah, Lionel Turner. Well, let me give Layout Optics a big shout out here.
Yeah.
They've been amazing. Lionel's a buddy of mine. We've trained for a long time over at 99, and he's with Mark Hopkins over there at Doja Americana. He is
Martin Figueroa and them. Yeah.
Martin Figueroa and all the beasts over there. Omar Tordilla, Doctor Tordilla. But Lionel Turner is also a client of mine with Kremer Insurance too. But let me tell you, this guy, he really has done amazing getting into the community.
Yeah, I don't wear sunglasses, but they're incredible, though.
Right.
If I wore sunglasses, I'd wear those ones.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, they're cool because they're wood frames.
And you know his son.
Yeah, I've known his son. Yeah, he's been competing in my events since he was a little kid.
California State
man,
champ
he's
again.
a freaking massive kid now.
I think
These kids
he's 13
are so mad.
170 or something?
Big,
175.
They're freaking huge.
Yeah. So anyway, that was our Lionel Turner shout out.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we got a spa down the lakeside. It's called Reflection Spa, Salon and Spa. And they're giving about $500 of haircuts and all that stuff.
Wow.
And then also Yucca Valley Jiu-Jitsu is donating some items. So anybody that wants to donate stuff, it's not coming to me. It's going to, it's just hard. We're just trying to make it so that he doesn't have to worry about how he's going to pay his bills and stuff.
You know, that's such an incredible thing to do. You see the Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood come together. We did something similar for Dr. Mick Leone, who's a black belt under Master Fabio Santos.
Yeah.
The great Master Fabio Santos, amazing man. And Dr. Mick Leone, so myself and Dean Lister and Fabio Santos and some of the other high-level guys put on a seminar day.
Yeah.
And that was for Dr. Mick Leone. Yeah.
That's cool. We try to do this, at least once a year I try to do something to give. And, Elias actually had another student a little kid that had cancer. Or I don't know exactly sure what he had. I'm sure you've seen it.
And big shout out to Elias doing so
Elias
much
is a good person.
with his academy
he's
down there.
Another original Fabio Santos and Dean Lister student.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, you talk about that lineage is just amazing.
For sure.
Elias is doing huge things. Also, which I love too, he's working with the San Diego Police Department.
He does. He gives back.
Giving back.
He actually.
Big time.
I'm pretty sure he lets a lot of them come and train for free and stuff, which is cool because, having your own business, it's very hard to even break even.
Yes.
So to give back like that is huge. A lot of people they say they're going to give back, but it's not real. But some of these people are real. These are real people.
He's a real deal.
Know, he's a lot of these guys.
And you can tell by, where he came from, too. You look at Dean Lister, who I trained under him, and Jeff Glover.
For sure.
I mean, Dean is like the most real guy ever that you'll ever meet. Just straight up.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
No,
it's awesome.
Incredible guy. So shout out to Dean and Jeff Glover as well. What motivates you now? Because you've done so many things.
You know what?
Is it all about kind of giving back and getting the great tournaments?
I honestly, like, when a lot happened after the stuff got stolen. I had a partner and I bought him out of my tournaments. I got sick. I ended up with pneumonia and ended up in the hospital. And after that, I went from like 700 competitors in my tournaments in San Diego, dropped all the way down to 200. So it took such a hit.
Yeah.
And so honestly, a lot of times I looked at it as like, if I don't provide tournaments, where are people going to compete?
Right.
Because you need the starter tournaments. You need somewhere to go. And so I travel around and I probably had 1,000 people come up to me. Hey, your tournament was the first place I ever competed.
How cool is that?
Yeah, and I think back as a kid, and I think back about some of these tournaments that I competed in, and it kept me on the path. And so by providing these place to compete, it gives someone an outlet, and it saves lives. Jiu-Jitsu saves lives. It really saved my life. It really did.
Yeah, and it saved my life too. I mean, as far as having somewhere to be focused in a new goals, challenges, brotherhood, reason to live even more. Right, it just brings out that spiritual side.
It really
of you
is.
too.
For that 1 or 2 hours that you go in and train, you forget about all your problems. You don't have to worry about all your issues.
You have to when you're getting choked out, right?
Especially if you're doing MMA and stuff, you got to focus. You're going to get smashed.
Right.
And so, it really did. I went through a lot in my life.
All right.
And it gave, to me.
We're talking. We're making it happen. We're with the great Cory Cass, Grappling X. We're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Carlos Kremer's Kick-Ass Radio on WSRadio.com, your worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
Are you losing the battle with technology? Tired of struggling with IT? Ready to meet your IT dream team? Centrix IT is Southern California's leader in IT management. A 4-time winner of San Diego's fastest growing privately held companies, Centrix IT has provided Fortune 500 managed IT services to small and medium businesses for over 13 years. Put an end to your struggle with technology today at CentrixIT.com. CentrixIT.com.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kremer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kremer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KremerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
Are your feet hurting you? I mean really hurting you so much that you can't come to the fair and enjoy other activities with your friends? If so, you may have plantar fasciitis, a chronic inflammation of the connective tissues in the foot. I'm Holly Halsey. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and I can help you with your pain. I invite you to visit me at my webpage, AccuSageHouseCalls.com. That's ACUSSAGE, housecalls.com. Find out what pain-free feels like.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout teams you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kremer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kremer Insurance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Carlos Kremer with Cory Cass, Grappling X, MMA fighter, just doing it all. Proud father. How are the kids, by the way?
The kids are amazing. I got a 16-year-old, a
16-year-old, and you still look, like you're
that was
30 years old.
choice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, 16, 7, and 5.
7 and 5. And now that would be great because remember, I have a 6-year-old. So
Yeah.
I would love to get them with your kids and
it's
and
fun.
learn.
Yeah,
So let me know when we can do that.
Most important thing with training, okay? And I've watched a lot of parents burn their kids out over the last 20 years of training, and
you see it.
I see it a lot.
You see the tension. You see the orders
crazy
and
stuff at the tournament.
Yeah,
and I have to
parents out there, chill out.
I have to
Chill
remind
out.
myself I can't please the world.
Right.
I like some of the stuff that
you wanna
the parents.
kinda strangle that
I would
father
like to.
and go, yeah.
Dude, mothers are just as bad. I have one that comes. It's kind of mind blowing. The stuff she'll say, and honestly, like, do you really want the best 8-year-old in the world? The best 10-year-old? Wouldn't you rather have the best 20-year-old in the world?
Right.
You know, so don't burn them out at a young age. What happens in the room, let it stay in the room, and don't keep harping on it when you're going home and stuff. Just let it have fun and stuff. You know, kind of back off on it.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Tell us, some MMA has changed so much. We're going to touch on that too.
MMA is totally different because pre-commission we could fight back to back to back. You know,
and multiple fights.
You can fight multiple fights in a night. Absolutely. Right. Actually, you know what? I fought in Monterrey, Mexico back, I don't know, it was 2003 or so. And I got there and they told me it was a tournament. I actually didn't even know it was a tournament until I got there. So, you know, I won my first fight. And as I was
thinking you're done, right?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
You won your first?
Brian Emersol was the referee and was fighting that night and everything. And I actually punched the mat on. So the guy omoplotted me. I stood up and I hit him, knocked him out. But I went for the second punch, and Brian Emersol tackled me, and I punched the mat and popped my elbow out.
Wow.
Yeah, so I actually didn't even get a fight the second fight. But yeah, it's so much different now because when you go to a show and it's like, hey, what weight are you? Oh, my first fight, I was 140 pounds.
Right.
And the guy was 185. And dude, it's so much different. There were no weight classes. There were no fair matches and stuff. This was
45-pound difference.
Yeah, you know what? And I did okay because I just barely started training MMA. I'd done a lot of wrestling and jiu-jitsu and stuff.
Right.
But I actually walked into a gym and he had a King of the Cage banner on the wall. And I was like, hey, I would love to fight. And he was like, hey.
Got to pose for that selfie moment. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I walked in there and I was like, I would love to fight, meaning like I'd fight in the future. And he was like, oh, I can get you a fight right now. Picks up the phone, calls Mark Hall, used to run Cobra Fighting Championships. It was like, what do you weigh? I'm like 140 pounds. All right, cool. I got a fight for you in 2 weeks. Can you start training tonight? And that was my start of MMA.
Wow.
So yeah, I actually, it's just a different time with it, you know, like, and then because I got
the
beat up,
evolution to see it, right, has been amazing.
Yeah, because
back in the day, right, a Matt Hughes,
like
kind
if
of a
you
more
want,
ground
you
and pound
did it
kind of
because
guy.
you wanted to fight.
Right.
You weren't going to get famous. You weren't going to make any money. You weren't going to pull any chicks. It was so much different.
Coming
Yeah.
into the studio, Big Adam Rendon, Jiu-Jitsu black belt and
nice
Storm Kimono strength and conditioning coach. Adam, how are you, brother, and welcome to the show.
Straight off the mat over here to see you. Just for you, Carlos.
Hey,
Only for you.
Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Did you get a little shiner going on there, too?
Absolutely. You got the, I was doing a lot of work today. We had some of the white belts on some fundamentals, and they have a tendency to throw elbows in
The
mix.
spastic.
Yeah, so it's good. Although you're going in for jiu-jitsu training, you end up.
Closer to the mic.
Oh, we can move over a little
yeah,
bit. There we go.
You end up getting a little bit of MMA practice in at the same time. So
did you get hit with an elbow by one of the guys?
Yeah, but it's they always apologize, nice and polite guys, and you're always
You've had that a million times.
Always want to
So
watch
sorry,
them
bro.
learn and get better and become better at the sport themselves. So I don't mind at all putting in the time and taking a little bit of knocks here and there to help them out. Anything that helps progress the sport, grow, and it's good for all of us when more people are involved. I mean, people like yourself, anybody else that comes in here.
Cory with Grappling X. I mean, you guys are similar. I'm glad I have you both on today because you guys are doing so much for the community. You, Adam, do, over and above an incredible job for Storm and our Storm Kimono family over there. You are always there. Dean Thompson, I know he really appreciates you and what you've done and the whole group over there. Can you give us, Adam, a quick Storm update of how some of the guys did at the past jiu-jitsu tournament?
Yeah, well, we just finished up the Mundials, the World Championships there in Long Beach. We had some good results. We had some surprises. Right now, yesterday, actually, I had quite a long conversation with Cobrina, who, of course, won again, World Championship.
How many times for Cobrina now?
I think that was his fifth.
That's what I thought I saw fifth
I think
as well.
so, but as big as the Mundials are, the ultimate tournament in the world is the ADCC.
Right.
And that's what we're getting ready to focus in on. That's coming up in September in Finland.
In Finland, September. Now, there's you may go, you may not.
I think after speaking with Cobrina last night, he's planning on going 2 weeks before. He said it'd be great to go. I know you're good friends with Dean Lister. You do a lot of workouts with him. We both do. We're both very close with him.
Yes.
I'm working with him as well.
Awesome. And Dean, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, making that final run, ADCC at 41 years old. He's going to be the oldest competitor. And don't overlook Dean Lister. That's the last
I saw the picture that you guys posted the other day from your training session, and he looks like a beast right now.
Man, I mean, he's big and lean though now.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked him. He's dropped to 236 or 7.
Nice.
And he's going to plan on getting all the way down to 218.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe for that. But a hungry and focused Dean Lister is a scary Dean Lister. That's for sure.
I mean, this is as he put it. I mean, this is his last time out, unless he wins. Then of course, he'd like to defend his title.
Right.
But otherwise, this is going to be his last showing. So he's going to put everything he has into it, concentrate 100%. He's already started his training camp. He went and did some seminars in Europe. He's back here now, getting some work in with you, myself, other people. He'll start to put together a regimen. We're going to start working on diet, strength and conditioning.
Awesome.
We're going to have him competing that I work with, Cobrina, Lucas Lipre. So we got a good combination of Storm guys plus some of the local guys here that you and I both know. So it should be a very good showing and an excellent event for us to attend if at all possible. So I'm definitely going to try to make it out there in September, and hopefully maybe you can come out there with us as well.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I'll check if the schedule with Brave and the other organizations don't have things going on. But I know Brave Combat Federation is going to be moving with like 2 events per month,
There's
hopefully, for the rest of the year.
Brave is, I've done a lot of research on what they're doing. They have a very good, solid product. They seem to be building faster than anybody else out there, and I see a lot of potential in the future for what they're doing and what they have to offer fighters. And I think that the more competition that you see out there, that the UFC guys have, an opportunity to choose from different organizations, the better it is for the sport and for the athletes in general.
Yeah, definitely. And you've seen that, Cory. If you don't have one, firm monopolizing the entire sport, right? If they have options and pay is as good or better, these guys are hungry. And we talked about, Adam, earlier about some of these guys that train, 8, 10, 12 weeks and then show up for their fight and they don't get a fight.
No.
And then they don't get paid.
And then they don't get paid either.
It's really unfortunate. It's wrong. Nowadays, 10 years ago, you could get away with going in, training a couple days in the gym, scheduling yourself for a fight. Nowadays, to be at the top level, there's no way that you cannot do this full time. And in order to do it full time, you need sponsorship, you need the financial support, you need a good group of people around you, and that's really hard for people to find nowadays.
Yeah.
So those you really have like a top 1% that dominate the industry. They make the big dollars, but there's 99% of the guys out there that are really fighting and struggling to get into it.
Right.
And so it's up to us, people like us that have a voice out there and are talking, to give them exposure, give them the opportunity, because we never know who's going to be the next champion.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And everyone needs our support. And I want the fighters to also know that if you do get that sponsorship, make the most out of it. Show that sponsor that you're in my corner, but show what you can do for him too, or her. That's what it's all about. I think guys kind of lose track and they go, "Oh, I'm sponsored by this or that," and let it fly from there.
Well, a lot of times with the sponsors is, say it's a startup gear company or whatever it is, a lot of times they ain't going to make it.
Right, and you talk about not being paid there too.
Yes.
A lot of guys say, "Hey, I'll take care of you here."
Yeah, sponsors are brutal.
I've told a lot of guys the most important thing nowadays for sponsorship is social media.
Yes.
They want to take a look at how many people you have following, how you can better their business. If you have a large following, it should be fairly easy to get some sort of sponsorship going.
Yeah.
So guys have to take this into account. And now a lot of days, I recommend to guys that they hire somebody that takes care of their Instagram and those type of things.
We're going to continue that on our next session, everybody. The great Adam Rendon in-house. Cory Cass making it happen. You're listening to Carlos Kremer on Kick-Ass Radio. We are WS Radio, your worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kremer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kremer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp, we're at KremerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation investigation to get the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.
You take your smartphone almost everywhere you go. Now WSRadio.com can be there too. Search WS Radio in the Play Store for your Android devices or iTunes for Apple, and download the WS Radio application. WSRadio.com, on your phone and in your ear everywhere you go. Download the WS Radio application. Do it now. It's very easy. WSRadio.com.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kremer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kremer Insurance.
No, that's good. Yes, what an incredible day here in studio. Carlos Kremer's Kick-Ass Radio, sponsored by Rock Rage Radio, Storm Kimonos, and Kremer Insurance. That's right. It's my own insurance company that we provide the best coverage and rates in San Diego. We take care of our MMA family at all times. You guys are priority to us, and we thank our family and our clients. We wouldn't be here without you. We have had Cory Cass on. Cory, you've been a wealth of knowledge. You've talked so much about some great things that has happened in your career. What's one thing that you're most proud of in your career so far?
Honestly, with training, getting my jiu-jitsu black belt, it was kind of weird though, because like it was exciting for the first, white, blue, purple, brown, black. But when I got my black belt, it was kind of like, what am I going to do now?
Right.
So,
right.
like,
was that 2007? 2006?
Nine. So it's been 8 years.
Wow.
But honestly, like, I felt like I've done nothing since then. Because there's that. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do besides starting over with training?
Keep growing and learning and giving back to the
honestly,
community.
I'm really enjoying my my kids' training, my 2 young ones' training.
Awesome.
My daughter, she just turned 5. She's probably done 8 tournaments now.
Wow.
And never done 1 class.
Wow.
And wins almost all her matches.
Unbelievable.
She just wrestles with her brother. I try to get her to train, and she's like, no, I'm cool. I'll just do the tournament.
It's just instinct.
Yeah. Now let us know for the people out there listening when the next event is and when they can register for the tournament.
Yeah, I got 3 of them coming up, but the next one in San Diego is August 27th. The registration's open. That's the fundraiser for Elias's student.
Okay.
We're trying to raise that $5,000. We just really need staff to volunteer. We need table workers and referees.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Give one day.
Hit up Cory Cass, CASS, on Facebook. If you have any donations, sponsorships, you want to help in any way.
Just help with that event. It's a pure event. The profit is going to him, and, to help him with his pancreatic cancer. And we got Carlos already signed up for the tournament.
Yeah, Carlos, can we count you in on this tournament?
Wow, I just got slammed 2 ways by my guests.
Putting you on the spot. Can you commit to this tournament?
If I am free and not out of town, I am committing to the tournament.
It'll be fun.
Yes,
Sounds
awesome.
good.
And with that, me getting body slammed by both of you guys.
Yeah.
Cory, I want to thank you for being on here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Always. We're going to do it again in the very near future.
Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Cass, Grappling X. Amazing guest, and thank you, brother.
Thank you. Do you have a website online people can go to?
GrapplingX.com.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. GrapplingX.com.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cory. All right, we are back with Adam Rendon, strength and conditioning coach for the Great Storm Kimono team. Adam, you have just been so busy with your fighters, with your life, what you have, and you're helping out so many guys. What's next for you? I know you're constantly in motion. You had talked about Dean Lister, Cobrina, some of the other guys going
Lucas
to ADCC.
Libre, another member of our Storm competition Tier 1 team, yeah.
Lucas Libre is just a beast as well.
Another world championship that he won. In the Pan Ams that we just had a couple months ago, no points scored on him at all.
None.
Took the gold medal, not 1 point scored against him.
That is unbelievable.
Near flawless jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
He's based out.
He's one to watch. I mean,
yeah, he's based out of North Carolina, but he comes out here quite a bit, and he's somebody. People listening, if you ever get a chance to attend one of his seminars, there's no matter if you're a white belt, black belt, you will come away knowing some new things that you never thought were possible before. So I really encourage that. Any of the Storm guys out there, Storm usually has a requirement of multi-world championships in order to get sponsorship. So anytime you see a Storm guy that's going to be putting on a seminar, you can't miss out. It's always going to be a win-win situation for you. They're the best of the best. Carlos knows he gets a chance. He's one of our ambassadors for Storm, spreads the word, is able to interact with the guys, helps them out, does a lot of social interaction for them. He knows just how quality of a team it is, and in my opinion, I don't think that you can find a better team jiu-jitsu competition out there and a better quality athletic equipment gear company than Storm.
Very well said. The athletic, the product itself, the gis, I mean, are unbelievable about how you can actually breathe in these gis, but they're durable, tough. They are just basically like you're wearing like a second skin.
Yeah.
The product line, again, ridiculous. I've got a Storm shirt on, of course, as well. Their product line is ridiculous, and it's I love the saying, the mission submission. And it applies to jiu-jitsu as well as to life in everything you do, whether you're a competitor in jiu-jitsu or not. It applies to you.
We even had a picture with you with Kobe Bryant supporting the mission submission. So the word is getting out there. It's a popular line. Storm initially started out in 1996 to provide the clothing for the Pride fighting. Since that time, they've evolved quite a bit. And you and I both know now they're coming out with a casual wear line, everyday use, and they have some great products, T-shirts. But again, their flagship, their T3 Storm kimono is just unbelievable. Fits like a custom-made suit.
Shout out to Dean Thompson, of course, the owner, and V, his beautiful wife. It's been amazing working with them. The team is incredible. Let's go up and down that roster real quick. I mean, you've got absolute legends on the Storm kimono team. Each one of them, like you said, multiple-time world champions.
Yeah,
Comprito. I mean,
you've had a
Felipe
chance to meet everybody. Every once in a while, we try to get the team together and have our summit. It's a little bit difficult because so many of these guys are so popular that they're off doing seminars in different places. So
Cyborg. I mean, we can just keep going on and on. Argis, Gabriel, and Edwin.
There's nobody out there that when you see their name, you don't know who they are if you're in the jiu-jitsu world. They're really the who's who of jiu-jitsu. Now, speaking of Storm, we have a couple of Storm guys that will be competing in the granddaddy of them all, the ADCC. Like I said, that's coming up here in September. For me personally, that's going to be my focus, is working on the guys that are competing and doing that. Being in September right now is a good time to start the nutritional program, the strength and conditioning. ADCC, what's so nice and appealing to these athletes, it's one of those tournaments that pays very well. So you can actually make a career out of jiu-jitsu.
Great.
Where you go to these other tournaments, great, you get a gold medal, but really what does that do for you?
Right.
ADCC, you're looking at a $40,000 paycheck. So guys really dedicate and put everything into this. It's serious stuff, and it's a profession.
And that's what we're up to now, the
Yes.
40K. And man, am I happy to hear that, because it's so great to see, the jiu-jitsu guys getting paid now, and it's really cool to be on the forefront of that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's if you look at it, ADCC, those guys are making more money than most of the guys in the UFC that are taking punches.
Yeah.
So there is an appreciation out there. I think it's growing more and more. In the future, you'll see more and more guys that are gonna demand that they get paid for competing in these competitions, as well they should. One thing that I really have a problem with, and I hope that they eventually make this change, is I don't feel that black belts should ever have to pay to enter a competition.
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed.
you've paid so much money, you put so much time in over the years.
Yeah, you
to be a
paid your
black
dues.
belt, you've probably spent tens of thousands of dollars getting there, and you know,
helped thousands of guys along the way, too,
and
right?
it's an honor to have these guys competing in your event. So you shouldn't be charging them; you should be paying them. And these events, they make a lot of money. So you know, let's go ahead and support these fighters. All it's going to do is allow them to bring more students in, which means more people entering tournaments, which means more money for the people that are putting on the tournament. So you know, there's got to be a business side of it where people start to say, "Hey, look, it makes sense for us to attract the best by paying them better, and by doing so, everybody's going to win, the athletes and the fight promotions themselves."
Very well said. Very well said. Do you give any type of, you're so busy, do you give seminars or privates or anything to people if we want to get in touch with you? Best way through Facebook, or what would we do?
Facebook is a really good way to do it. I'm also available if you want to contact through the Storm site, stormhealthcoach.com.
It has been an absolute pleasure to have my brother. He's going to be back in studio very soon. The great Adam Rendon, Storm, Kimonos, fitness trainer, health coach. He does it all. You've listened to Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio. Thank you for watching.
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.